Welcome aboard my virtual space station and to the latest of our videos looking at how science is helping to tackle the planet's climate crisis. For the last century or so, humans have been messing up the Earth's precious atmosphere, that thin blue line surrounding the planet, allowing too much carbon dioxide, CO2 and other greenhouse gases into the air, leading to our planet getting hotter. Many countries have promised that by 2050, they'll get to what's known as net zero for these emissions. It means they'll be removing as many greenhouse gases from the atmosphere as they add. It's a big challenge, especially as the planet's usual ways of absorbing CO2 have also been affected by human activity, including this. Trees are a powerful weapon in the fight against global heating, taking in CO2 from the air and giving out oxygen. The way they do this is by a process with a big name, photosynthesis, which takes place in their leaves to make energy for the tree to thrive and grow. Photosynthesis needs various things: CO2, which is absorbed through tiny holes in the leaf, along with water from the tree's roots, and light energy from the sun, absorbed with help from a chemical called chlorophyll, which largely gives leaves their green colour. The process makes energy in the form of glucose, a type of sugar. Oxygen is a waste product emitted by the leaf, which is great as we need that to breathe. The world's biggest rainforest, the mighty Amazon in South America, has often been described as the lungs of the Earth for this reason. But with about a fifth having been burnt or cut down in the last century, some scientists estimate it's actually now releasing more carbon dioxide than it's taking in. By far, the planet's biggest absorber of CO2 is our oceans, especially the microscopic plants called phytoplankton, which live in the sea. Like trees and other land-based plants, they take in carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. Overall, oceans are thought to absorb almost a third of all our CO2 emissions. But all is not well here either. With global heating, oceans have themselves been getting hotter, and there are worries this is having a negative effect on their ability to take in carbon dioxide. So to hit our 2050 targets, scientists are coming up with new ways of absorbing CO2. Time to head down to Jiraiya at the Science Museum Group's National Collection Centre in Swindon.
Thanks, Scarlett. And yes, in many ways, the most obvious thing to do would be to build some sort of artificial forest to suck the CO2 straight from the air. But that's science fiction, right? Well, not anymore. This Science Museum exhibit is one of the first devices to test a way of doing just that. Built by a Swiss company called Climeworks in 2013, a fan pushes the air into a special filter, which catches the carbon. Then the CO2 is injected into rocks, then put underground. In this resulting rock, the white bits are the carbon, which will be trapped in the rock for thousands of years to come.
Having proved the idea works, Climeworks have now built an actual carbon capture plant in a remote part of Iceland, using renewable energy to power the fans. It's taking about 4,000 tons of CO2 out of the air each year. A tiny, tiny amount compared to the 40 billion tons humans are pumping into the atmosphere in a year. The company has ambitious plans to expand their carbon capture plants, but it's still likely to be a very small fraction of what's needed for many years to come.
Yeah, every little helps the planet, of course. But part of the issue with what's known as direct air capture is that the concentration of CO2 in the air is only around 417 parts per million. I say only, but that's obviously hugely significant for global heating, a level not seen for millions of years. It's just that such a small concentration makes it hard to devise technology to capture vast amounts of CO2 efficiently out of the air. So scientists are coming up with new ways of capturing CO2 before it ever gets out into the open air. This could be extremely useful in high carbon areas, for example when making cement, where it's tricky to cut down greatly on carbon dioxide emissions. Let's go down again to Earth. Hey Jiraiya, are you at an industrial plant?
Well, sort of, Scarlett. I've actually come to Imperial College in the heart of London, which has the world's only carbon capture plant specially built in to teach students.
What's special about a plant like this is that it's designed to capture CO2 exactly where it's being emitted before it gets into the air. The plant is as tall as 3 double-decker buses, and it has a full control room so the students can learn to operate industrial plants like this, which are likely to be really important in the coming years to control global heating.
So you've had a lot of training on this technology. Do you think this sort of plant would be useful in real life?
I do think so. Say like the cement industry or the steel industry, they produce a lot of carbon dioxide. So if we build this up to like a full-scale plant, we can put it right where it's produced, right at those steel factories, where it captures the carbon dioxide that has been produced. We isolate the carbon dioxide in a mixture of other gases on the right-hand side column, and then we can capture only the carbon dioxide in the column on the left-hand side.
The process is highly efficient, with very little carbon dioxide escaping into the air.
This kind of plant, they can capture 95% of the carbon dioxide which is being fed. So it can really help us battle with climate change.
The first commercial plant like this in the UK has been built at Tata Chemicals Europe in Cheshire, reducing carbon emissions from a combined heat and power plant at the site. It currently captures around 40,000 tonnes of Tata's CO2 emissions each year, the same as taking 20,000 cars off the road. Tata uses the CO2 to make things like bicarbonate of soda for medicinal use, and also in cooking or cleaning.
The amounts captured around the world are predicted to increase dramatically, especially from heavy industries like cement and steel making, so most of the carbon dioxide will need to be disposed of. And there are neat plans to send the CO2 collected back to where fossil fuels were first extracted, in old oil and gas fields under the ocean. It's reckoned that up to 1/10 of the UK's CO2 emissions could be stored beneath the seabed. Some think that in the distant future, humans will be so carbon neutral that carbon capture won't be needed at all. But in the meantime, emitting less and capturing more CO2 is going to be crucial in getting our planet to net zero.